Day 179, why do we feel lack? In this video, we are going to share with you the biggest reason that we feel lack, the biggest reason that we feel separate. Not only the biggest reason, the only reason. So, here we go. See you on the other side. Namaste and welcome everyone. This is day number 179 of 365, A Life of Bliss 365, one quote every day from the book, A Life of Bliss, the Living Transmission, channel through this one from our dear non-physical friends and teachers, AnandA, here to assist us, humanity, in remembering who we are and why we are here. And today we're asking the question, why do we feel lack? And I'm lacking this camera staying in the right place. You see through the illusion now when we do this. The green screen illusion. Okay, we just have to surrender. It's not going to hold up. Well, you see the roof? You see the roof of our tiny home? There we go. Nearly there. So, yes, today we're asking and answering the question, why do we feel lack? Why do we feel separation? Why? What is this reason that we feel separate from our good, separate from our God? Why do we feel like there's something missing? Why do we feel there is lack? And there is one very simple shift. That's what we're going to share. Oh, that's what our dear friends and teachers are going to share from the quote in the book. So we are live streaming live every day at 3:33 on multiple platforms. So if you're joining live, please put in the comments. Now, I know we've got comments on here. Please put in the comments where you're joining from. And please put in the comments your answer to this question. Why do we feel lack? Why do we feel separate? Why do we feel like there's something missing? What is it? So put in the comments if you're joining live. If you're joining on replay, welcome. Put in the comments, I am a time traveler. And we shall get right into the quote for day number 179. So this is from chapter 16. You as humanity. You as those who have the ability to veil themselves from life. Those of you who have the ability to forget what you have always known. You have created the conditions and the circumstances in which you can feel dead, in which you can feel the possibility of separation, the possibility of lack. Yet, as we point to this now, as we show you, all it takes is a simple shift of your perception, a simple shift of your focus, a simple shift back to the awareness of what is always here. No matter the comings and goings of your life, no matter the age of your body, no matter the perceived space that surrounds you, life is ever-giving. Life is eternal. And life is alive within everyone, everything, everywhere, every when, every how, and every now. And when I read this, it's so hard for me to not just smile. I just feel like joy when I read these words. And again, even though they came through this one, they're fresh every time it's read. It's new. It feels like something. Well, this is what it talks about. This book is a living transmission. These words are alive. That's what this video is about. That the birds and the words are alive. I've only had 3 hours sleep, so there's going to be some weirdness today. So these are living words, and this living transmission is alive. It's not in time. It's appearing in time, but it's not in time. And what is coming, where it's coming from, is timeless. And so we've asked the question, why do we feel lack? And so they shared, it's a simple shift of perspective, a shift of focus, a shift of what we are looking at, how we are looking at, and what we make that mean. So when we feel lack, when we feel separation, and they even said, we have the ability to feel dead while in this apparent life. And so we've created the conditions and the circumstances through which we can experience ourselves as lacking. And the simple shift of focus, this simple shift of perspective that they are talking about, is beginning to see, again, like it said there, to see what is always here. And so, as we've shared in some of the live videos, the sunrise soul sessions, that everything is abundance. So even the appearance of lack is not lack. It's the appearance, it's the abundance, it's an abundance of lack. Lack appearing is an abundance, is not an abundance of lack. It's not a lack of abundance, it's the appearance of abundance of lack. And so the shift of focus is, rather than we have the feeling something is missing, something is lacking, something is separate, we begin to see that our experience of what is always here is always recognizing everything as it is. It's seeing everything as it is. Everything is already here. Everything is perceivable. Instantaneously we open our eyes, everything's instantly perceived. And so even if we have the perception of lack, we can't actually have a true, real experience of lack, because if something is lacking, it by definition is not there. And there's no experience of nothing. And while we're in this reality, we have experiences. So there can't be an experience of nothing. True meditation is when experiencer and experience disappears, and it's seen that there's no one there in the first place. But we're talking about relative reality. We're talking about these bodies. We're talking about practicality today. So if we see and shift our focus, rather than I look at my body, my world, my life, my affairs, these separate bodies, and we just change our focus and to see that everything that I look at is an appearance of abundance, even the appearance of lack. So everything that is appearing is abundance appearing. Everything is abundance, and even the experience of lack is an appearance of abundance. And so it's a reshifting and a reframing, because this is a holographic projection, because this is a dream of the Creator. We get to choose certain ways in which we experience this. There's certain rules of gravity and those things that are kind of, on one level, hardwired so that the experience in the game can play out. But there are many, and most of these things, that we can shift our perspective. We can give, like was shared this morning in the video. If you didn't see the video this morning, check it out, the live this morning, We can choose to give anything any meaning that we decide right now. We can decide to give an experience of lack, an experience of being separate, the experience of feeling dead while alive in a body, and we can choose to give that a different meaning. Instantaneously, what we choose to make it mean is what it means for us, and that's the only important thing. And it doesn't matter if everybody else disagrees with that meaning. If you hold true to it, it will be your meaning and it will be your experience. So we can choose to see lack as an expression of abundance, and it is in truth. Everything is abundance. Everything is the creator and expression. And so, like, we see things and then we see space in between. The space is not lacking. We see the space inside this cup. It's not lacking. In actuality, the space inside the cup is what gives the cup its functionality. If we were to smash this cup, that space is still there, but the functionality has gone. The space within the cup to hold the pieces of the cup can go everywhere, but the functionality of the space with that around is what gives it the ability to hold the liquid. And so the space is not empty. And so what we see as lacking is just a shift of belief, well, it's not a shift of belief, as we talked about this morning. Be life. If in every belief there is a lie. Be life. Let go of all beliefs. It's a shift of perspective, a shift of focus to include in your definition of abundance everything that appears, including the appearance of lack, including the appearance of separation. It sounds too simple, it sounds too good to be true, and for the ego that survives on this food of separation, it is too good to be true for it, because it doesn't want that, because its egoic structure survives and thrives on separation, thrives on lack, thrives on levels, thrives on getting to the next thing. If we see and feel the experience, okay, I feel I am lacking. Why do we experience lack? I feel I am separate from something. I feel there is something that I want, need, don't have, and I feel like I need that. I want that. If we shift our perspective to just notice that that is an abundant experience, we instantaneously shift that meaning. We shift our experience of that. So it's just a changing of focus as to see that it's impossible to see lack, find lack, because lack is not there. It's by definition missing. Even though there can't be anything missing, we can give ourselves the experience, like AnandA shared. We've created the circumstances so that we can experience feeling dead while in a body, feeling lacking while everything is abundance, feeling separate while we are an interconnected whole. So why do we feel lack? It's because we are looking at an abundant world, an abundant experience it, and labeling some of it abundance and some of it not abundance. We are separating and classifying and keeping things apart from each other. This is the duality. This is the fall from the garden. This is the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. This is the separation of the masculine and feminine. All of these archetypal journeys is we feel lack because we are looking from a place that sees separation, when in fact we are looking from the place that can never be separated. And if we choose to do this, try it with small things. Don't do it with something that you have a huge emotional reaction and a big trauma. It could be something like small that you lose. Something small that you lose. Just say and affirm and know that there is no lack. There is no lack in the kingdom. The kingdom of God is within me. There is no lack. There is no loss. Nothing can be lost. And so the experience of losing something is an abundant experience. And that experience, you just say it's an abundant experience. I am abundance. And that thing that you've lost may appear again, but it doesn't matter. Start with things like that and begin to see where we separate things, we lose things, we're lacking things, where there's many deaths that hurt us, or we feel like we're losing someone or something is out there that I have to get. There's something that I don't know that I want to know. Little by little, shifting our perspective and beginning to refocus and re-identify what the experience of ever-present abundance is, and see what we have labeled abundance and see what we have labeled not abundance, and start with the smallest ones first, the easiest ones, not if you're like it's hugely traumatic or hugely triggering. Start with the smaller ones and begin to see, oh, that's an appearance of abundance. Oh, there is no loss. There cannot be loss. Everything is always here. It doesn't matter that I cannot see it. It doesn't mean that there is loss. It doesn't mean if I can't see something or I can't hold it in my hand at this present moment that it's lost or lacking. That is an abundant experience. That is abundance expressing. So there is, as we shared this morning, a divine blueprint. The pure perfection of source energy is projecting itself in, through, and as you continuously. The abundance and the music of the spheres is moving through and projecting through and as you continuously. And the only false experience of fear, the false experience of lack, is when that pure, perfect energy is filtered through a belief in separation, filtered through a false identity, filtered through something that believes itself to be separate from itself while being within itself. Source cannot be separate from itself. Source is itself. You are an expression of Source, and the perfection of Source is continuously projecting into and through and as your life pure perfection, perfect health, absolute abundance, total purity, total cleanliness, total godliness. And when that is not filtered through the lens, a distorted lens or an inverted lens of lack, limitation, and that distortion only moves through distorted belief systems, and it only takes a shift of perspective, one shift of perspective, so that the pure, perfect, divine blueprint of divinity will shine through and as you. Because it's never lost, it's never not given, it's always there. The perfect divine blueprint of health, the perfect divine blueprint of abundance, prosperity, the perfect divine blueprint of the divine being that you are is always projecting in, through, and as you. And it's only this distorted or inverted projection that's filtered through false beliefs. The lie is in every belief. Be life. So we shift our focus, knowing that abundance is abundance, knowing that abundance cannot be other than abundance, just as Source can't be other than Source. Source is always full, it is always given, it is always living, it is always breathing in, through, and as us. And it is perfection itself. It is perfection. Your divine blueprint is absolute perfection. No blemishes, nothing taken from it, nothing can be added to it, nothing can hurt or harm it in any way. It can only be projected into a false reality that is reflected on the mirror of this projection called Earth, called human. Shift the perspective, and we see that we were never hurt, we were never harmed, we were never less than, we can never be taken from, and we can never be added to. This is why we feel lack, and this is how we shift our perspective. So please put in the comments if you're feeling it. Put it in the comments if you're feeling this expression, feeling the mind will want to say that this is too good to be true. The mind will want to say this doesn't apply to me. The mind will want to keep its barriers of distorted lens view and say it's all right for this one or it's all right for this one. It is only one, and that divine blueprint is everyone. And it's continuously projecting itself in its purest perfection in, through, and as your life, always. Even through the appearance of a sickly body, even through the appearance of a lack of some form, even through the appearance of death while in life. The perfection, the divinity, the divine blueprint is always ever giving, ever living, ever breathing in, through, and as you, and always will. Let us know in the comments if you're feeling it. Let us know if we have dissolved this illusion of lack, and we shall together now drop, as always, into our sacred silence, where we allow what is to be what is for a short moment, to connect and remember who we truly are. So thank you, everyone. As always, thank you for joining in this day 179. This is the contemplation for this day as we are moving into this equinox energies. They just invite us to all remember our sacred silence. Remember to call those moments of sacred silence where we drop everything and just let go and just be and just allow what is to be what is as what is. So thank you for joining. Thank you for the comments. I didn't get to the comments because I was in the kind of flow state there. But every day we will be here. This is day 179. We'll be back tomorrow for day 180. If I can linearly count. This is what 3 hours sleep looks like for this one. We're live streaming live at 3:33 UK time. All the quotes coming from the book, A Life of Bliss, the Living Transmission. And we will continue this journey with each of you. If you're getting value from these transmissions and you are feeling it, I invite you to please share it with your friends and family on social media. And for those who have eyes to see and ears to hear, until next time, from my heart to yours, the divine in me sees, loves, and honors the divine in you. Namaste. We are.